Hello everyone, my name is Mireya, and for this video I'm going to be sharing with you how I cleaned my kitchen and also our dining room table and the dining room area. The kitchen is so disastrous. I always say that after I eat breakfast or cook breakfast, lunch or dinner, I have to clean up and I have to wash the dishes because otherwise things get disastrous and stuff starts to accumulate. We decided to use paper plates, but not because you're using paper plates that doesn't mean that you don't have to clean up. You still have pans to wash, spoons, cups, forks, spoons for that you used for cooking. There's a lot of things that you still need to pick up. I'm going to start off by cleaning the dining room table, and the dining room table that we have, it's temporary since we sold the one we had and we decided to purchase a new one. I'm going to start off by cleaning all the paper plates, everything that's trash. We drank orange juice, so I'm going to throw that empty container away. I'm going to pick up the foldable chairs and put them aside. I'm trying to pick everything up, everything that's trash, throw it in the trash. Everything else I want to put in our pantry or wherever everything goes. I have some tortillas that I had made, and if they're not put away or stored in a plastic bag, they end up turning really hard by the next day. Anyways, I'm gonna clean up everything else, pick up. That's more important at first. That's what I do at first. Sorry, tongue-tied. I like to use 409. Sometimes I use different cleaning products. It just depends. Whatever I grab first. It's not like I have a favorite. I will be doing a video sometime soon on all the products that I do use more often, that are, I guess they could be considered favorites. But as for today, I'm not going to be using anything in specific. Whatever I grab first under my sink, that's where I store all my cleaning products. Whatever I grab first is what I will be using. I'm going to be cleaning everything with the cloth and then 409. Once the table is clean, I moved it a bit, then I like to sweep. I always like to sweep. You're probably going to be seeing the way I edit this that I'm going to be sweeping and then cleaning the rest of the house. But usually when I don't record a video, I like to sweep. Well, I like to clean up first and then I sweep the whole house, starting with the dining room and then moving on to the kitchen, living room, and then to the bedrooms. But I'm just going to be sweeping, picking that trash up, and then I will be mopping. This is one of my favorite sweepers. I think I mentioned this in the past video. I really like the sweeper. I've used it for years. I did purchase a new one recently, which is this one. But I went and purchased the same one because for my flooring, I think this sweeper is really good. I mean, it sweeps so good. It doesn't leave any dust, at least. I think so. It works for me. That's why I like it. And that's why I repurchased this sweeper. And I purchased the sweeper at Walmart just in case you're interested. I mean, nowadays I feel like everyone has vacuums that they don't really use sweepers. But I think that I would never get rid of my sweeper because it's very useful. I mean, if you have a little mess or a little dust here or something spills, beans, whatever, trash, you can always sweep the area with a sweeper. Opening a banana for my little one here. This is where I keep my trash. Anyways, moving on to the kitchen. I like to pick things up. Like, I like to put things away. And I'm going to be cleaning the little tray where I store my soap. I use just a little bit of bleach. I've always used a little bit of bleach. I just feel like it helps disinfect. I know vinegar is like a natural disinfectant, but for my dishes, I just feel like I need to add a few drops of bleach. I just feel like I have to, especially if I'm cooking egg, because I don't want the scent to the egg to stay on my pans or on my plates. I just feel like it's a must. I'm also going to be using Dawn liquid soap. This is the best soap. Now I am mentioning one of my best products. This is the best soap I've used. I've tried others like a green Palmolive and a different Dawn soap, a green one, but this blue one, I feel like it really cuts back on the grease. It just cleans everything, cleans my pans, my plates so much better than any other liquid soap that I've used in the past. I like to also clean the sink. That's what I like doing before washing my dishes. You never know what bacteria could be there in the sink. And I learned this a couple years ago. I mean, I didn't used to clean the sink. I mean, I was like, oh, okay, well, I already washed the dishes the other day and I left them to air dry. I don't think I need to actually clean the sink, but you really do. I mean, I like to, because when I use my trash dispenser or the trash shredder, I'm not sure what it's called, but when I use what's under the sink, the trash dispenser, I feel like some of that stuff comes up on the other side of the sink, and it really needs to be cleaned. Just have to disinfect everything before. I like to wash my dishes by hand. I have a dishwasher, as you can see on the left, but I don't like using it. I feel like it doesn't wash the dishes well. I have never used it, and I just don't think it washes the dishes as well. I'd rather do it by hand. I feel like it's much easier. And today I did have a lot of plates and pans, but sometimes it's just us three at home, and I feel like I don't really need to. I would not be able to fill up that dishwasher. It's just gonna use up a lot of water, soap, and electricity. That's what I think. That's my honest opinion. I'm gonna be washing my dishes, like I said, by hand, and there is a certain way to wash your dishes. Of course, you have to start with the cups, and then you can move on with your spoons and the plates. But I just have like a few mixture of dishes, so I'm just gonna do whatever's close to me. Wash the dishes and put them away on the left side of the sink. That way they can air dry. And I like to air dry them. Sometimes when I want to get rid of them and put them back in their place, I like to use a cloth and dry them by hand. But I usually just let them air dry, and then I just put them away whenever they're dry. So once I have finished washing my dishes by hand, you can see this big old pile. Sometimes I always call my piles like this is a level 1 or first story, second story. This is about a, what do you guys think? 2-story building of piled up dishes, but they're clean. That's the good thing. I like to clean my sink, and I clean it with my sponge that I used to wash the dishes and whatever soap that was left over on the little container. Sometimes I use 409, sometimes I use vinegar. It's a mixture I did at home. Vinegar, half a water, and then just you can also do a few drops of essential oil. That way your vinegar doesn't smell. I got used to the scent of the vinegar. I mean, I don't mind it at all. I also use a little bit of Dawn dish soap just because I think that it takes everything, it removes the grease and anything, right, that you need in order for your dishes to be clean. I like to pat dry everything, make sure that everything is nice and clean and dry. I'm gonna move on to my stove, guys, and I had to read the instructions manual for this because I didn't know how to clean my stove. Honestly, I didn't know the correct way to clean my stove, and once I read the instructions manual, it really did make sense. I bought a kit to clean my stove and it has a blade. Yes, I was thinking at first, but this blade is going to scratch my stove, but it actually doesn't. I sometimes spray the liquid to clean the stove, but sometimes I also use the liquid form, and it works really well. I use paper towels or napkins, but usually I like to use a cloth that I have specially to clean my stove with because I feel like it leaves it very shiny. But let's move on to cleaning the stove. I start off with a microwave, and I like to use a cleaner that's a degreaser that they sell at the dollar store, but honestly it can be any degreaser because this one I'm not too sure about it. At first I liked it, but now that I just look and see that my microwave still has some grease, I decided to use a different cleaner. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys pretty soon what cleaner that is because it actually gets rid of everything. It even gets rid of grease, oil, and it also helps out in other things that I'm cleaning around the house. Please stay tuned for my next video because in that next video I'm going to be sharing with you what cleaner. It's a magical cleaner, guys. I actually took the cleaner to my in-laws' house and I told my father-in-law, if this gets rid of the stickiness, it was some type of glue. I said, this is going to be a magic cleaner, and it really did. It took all that gunkiness off. And I'm going to be sharing with you in the next cleaning video on what product that is because it's really magical. It gets rid of everything. That's the one I've been using, just a little bit of spray and it gets rid of all the grease on the stove. But you know, for now I did use this degreaser from the dollar store and it works okay, right? But I feel like it doesn't leave it as clean. And for my stove, I like to scrape it with the scraper that it comes with. Like I bought a kit at Walmart. And that's what I use to clean my stove, and it actually really works. And then I use the liquid to clean the stove, and it leaves it shiny. I like it. Sometimes I use the disposable paper towels, but sometimes I use a cloth that I use just especially for cleaning my stove, but it was dirty and I had to wash it. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy watching the rest of this video. Lastly, what I did is I like sweeping at the end and then mopping, and that's what I do. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That helps me a lot. That way I know what kind of videos you guys are really enjoying in my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and to turn your notification bell. I'm not sure if that's a thing nowadays because all the changes that they've been doing to YouTube, but just Stay close by subscribing. I will see you guys in my next video. I appreciate it once again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.